Test 1, 2, test 1, 2, 3, 4. No sound. Test 1, 2, test, test, test. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Este tiene oz. Nope. Sha. Okay. Oh my God. Test 1, 2. Test 1. Okay, yes. Oh, wow. Yes, okay, we have sound. Woohoo! Woohoo! Wow. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I don't know what that was. I'm freaked out. Wow! Woo! Woo! I don't know what that was. But anyway, good morning. I'm Bill the Geek and welcome. It's Saturday and it's 10:06 and we're ready to go. We got stuff to talk about today, a lot of new developments, and I'm happy that you are all here. I'm Bill the Geek. For you people that haven't been here before, I do travel videos in Mexico, living in Mexico. We have a lot of visits coming up. We go to towns, pueblos. We make videos for YouTube. And every Saturday we answer questions and we talk about living in Mexico. Oh, and I want to thank all of you for hanging in there with me. Thank you all you people in the house. Good morning, Ron, McKay2, Christine Prowse. Oh, and we got to talk about Christine. We have some mistakes that I misspoke from last week that we will cover. Dave Hayden. Welcome, Janie Hudson, Ola Bill, happy Saturday. Katie Ibarra is helping us get a house in Ajijic. Right on. Katie Ibarra is a realtor here in the Chapala Ajijic area. And we'll have another video coming out this week. We're going to go shoot the video this Thursday. Crapo, aka Joe Griff. Good morning from sunny New Jersey. We've got news on, I call him Dr. John. We got news on Dr. John. Dr. John just came out, I think, with his first YouTube video last week, and then it was followed up by a second video. And I tell you what, when you put a video up on YouTube, you're just wondering, is anybody going to watch it? Will people subscribe? But it's got pictures of him. And I want Dr. John to tell us, did you write the music? The link to his first video is in the description below. Click the link, go see the video, and subscribe and hit the like button. Help Dr. John out on his new venture. Good luck, Dr. John. He has music playing. You can see him playing the guitar. He's a doctor. That's why I call him Dr. John. Also, the link is below in the description. So give Dr. John some help. Subscribe to him. He told me, he emailed me and told me the mission. What? No video. Oh, okay. Teresa just came in and said, no video. She's funny. Okay, but anyway, help Dr. John out. Also, Teresa came out with a new video this week. It's an eggplant video. She's been doing a lot of vegetarian videos lately. Oh, and she made some fish yesterday. It was unbelievable. That video will be coming out next week. This fish, it's kind of like hamburger, but it's fish, and she grinds up this, it's from the ocean, and then she puts it on a stick, but she puts all this ingredients in it. I'm surprised I'm not fat. She's cooked so much good food, but anyway, the link to her video is below in the description. Anyway, okay, good morning, Dr. John. Trace, hola, One Gypsy Traveler, thanks for coming back. Danny Perkins, Thanks a lot, Janie. Thanks you guys for hanging in there. Okie dokie. Just yell. Jack Webb, just yell really loud. Okay, Norleen Francis. You should watch this later. Love your facial expressions. Thank you, Noreen. I get a lot of flack for my facial infections. Maybe I could call them face in whatever. But it's my face. I got to deal with it. Maria is in the house. Zach is in the house. One Gypsy Traveler is in the house. Maria Corzo is in the house. Eric Drews, what up? Zach is in the house. Okay, so we're in the house. We're rocking and rolling. Axel Foley is in the house. Okay, right on. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm just catching up on the, oh my God, we got a lot of stuff going on over here. Bill. Oh, okay, here we go. Now we're Axel Foley, the Pocono Mountains in the house. Oh, the Poconos. This time of year is a beautiful place, especially when the leaves start to change. And in the Poconos, that's where they did the movie Dirty Dancing. I love that movie. And speaking of arts and entertainments, at the bottom of the description, I put in a couple of links to my 2 YouTube songs of the week. And these are songs that you can click on YouTube and crank them up and really feel good on Saturday. Link number 1 is Rare Earth. I just want to celebrate. Do-do, 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 do-do. Oh, and you can just jam to that and be real happy on a Saturday morning. Let it carry over into Sunday. And then I have song number 2. What song was that? This was kind of stupid, but it's kind of a song that's stuck in my head, and the message is really good. It's like by Ray Stevens. Everybody's beautiful in their own way. That's kind of a stupid song, but it makes you feel good. But anyway, let's get back to business here. Okay. Maria Corzo. Hi, Bill. Oh, Linda, hit me. If I was James Brown, I would say, hit me with $5. Oh, thank you, Linda. Okay, let's get back. Let's get back to business here. Maria's asking, hi, Bill, can we use our Medicare in Mexico? I would like to retire and live in Chapala, and I'm worried about the medical service there. Okay. To my knowledge, you cannot use your Medicare in Mexico. And for yous that come regularly, I have health insurance. The health care is excellent here. And it's very inexpensive. It's not like the United States where you go in and cough and then they give you a bill for like $89 million. It's very inexpensive. Most of your medical care down here you can pay for out of pocket, and you'll be shocked at what you'll get charged for medical care down here, because the doctors down here don't make money like the doctors up north. So, but no, I don't think you'll be able to use your Medicare down here. But we're going to talk about my cousin Tulsi. She's 3 years older than me. She looks like she's about 40. Very active, but she does pay for her Medicare in the United States. It's like $159 a month. So if she gets really sick, I don't pay for it, but if she gets really sick, she can go to the United States, and it's like, she's covered. So whatever. Crapo. No original songs, just covers of popular songs from 70s and 80s. Thanks for the plug. Yeah, Dr. John, we're here for you. everybody, Dr. John changed his name from Joe Griff to Crapo Productions. And that's why I would have played your video on this broadcast, but I thought maybe the music was copyrighted, so I left it alone. James Smith, buenos dias, Billy. Teresa from Tejas. One gypsy traveler is reaching out. Go ahead, Eric Drews. Good, I love eggplant. I'll watch her video. Oh, right on, man. Okay, Autumn Green. I'll be in Ajijic October 1st. November 1st, I hope to see you around. Autumn Green, check the description for my email and drop me a line. Let us know before you show up. Maybe we can arrange a hookup. With the virus, Teresa and I have kind of been avoiding people, but now we're edging out a bit, but we can talk about that. But Autumn Green, come on down. Linda, Ola Bill, you have become a part of Saturday morning. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you so much. CDD, okay, sound now, okay. David Dupree, hello, Bill. Hope you and Teresa are well. We're doing very well. Noreen, face change. Okay, Noreen, thank you, Noreen. Okay, let's go. Oh my God, Eric Drews, thank you so much. Speaking of money. Okay, Johannes Bohomer, very interesting, your shows and your expressions. Thank you so much. We're kind of constricted right now as far as traveling because our car has a little problem, but it should be resolved in another 4 weeks. It was a bit, we have an excellent car, but we have a 4-week problem. Then we can get back on the road again. I can't wait to get back on the road. And I think the first place we're going to go is to Jocotepec, which is about 30 miles away from here. It's a great city, a great Malecon. I think it's a great alternative to Ajijic, Chapala, Guadalajara, great climate. Another place, there are some pyramids outside of Guadalajara. I want to visit that place. Teresa tells me there's a place right outside of Guadalajara, and it's like a huge discount place with a whole bunch of clothing. I've seen videos of the place, but it looks real freaky deaky. I want to go check that out. But we're out of a car for 4 weeks, and so we walk and take taxis, but that's okay. I want to get to my list here. Okay. I've been talking about a couple of people, like my cousin Tulsi. She grew up with me in Columbus, Ohio, and she's an international artist. I mean, she's lived all over the world. I did a video on her, but she lived in Chicago. She lived in Guadalajara for 3 years all by herself. She got a little lonely, so 2 weeks ago, she moved here, and I hadn't talked to her in 2 weeks. I talked to her yesterday, and she's doing great. She loves Ajijic, and we're going to do a follow-up video on her. But she is a single woman who has lived in Mexico for 3 years, and Guadalajara was a little too big, but Ajijic is really condensed. She's meeting lots of people. They have a waterfall in Ajijic. And it's so funny because she has her name is, it's spelled Tulase Zimmerman. Or is it Zimmer? Tulsi Zimmer. I think it's Zimmer. She's on Facebook, and Teresa watches everything that she does. She says, oh, Tulsi's at the waterfall. Tulsi's taking pictures on the Malecon and da-da-da-da-da. But I talked to her yesterday. She sounds super happy. She's an artist. And so her and her new friend went to the waterfall in Ajijic. I've heard about it, but my cousin was actually there. But being a single woman now, she can talk to more people because her Spanish sucks. And it's a small community, and she's just really happy. So, some people like that. Then I was telling you guys about this other guy, Ronnie, that I helped get a hotel in Ajijic. And so this is weird. So Ronnie's doing great. He found an apartment. He's going to move into the new apartment. I think he's going to pay like $650 a month in mid-October. But anyway, I get a phone. Ronnie sends me a text message. Oh, it was yesterday. He sends me a text message yesterday. It says, "Your cousin." I said, "What? My cousin? What about my cousin?" And then he puts Tulsi on the phone. "Hi, Billy." That's what she calls. "Billy, it's me, Tulsi." So Ronnie was like in front. Ronnie was in front of his hotel, and Tulsi had her big giant white dog Soma. And they started talking, blah, blah, blah. And he says, and he asked her, where do you live? "Oh, I have an apartment." "Oh, it's 3 bedrooms. I pay $650 a month." "Really? 3 bedrooms, $650 a month?" I watched this guy on YouTube. His name is Bill the Geek. And he was talking about you in one of his videos. And she says, "Yeah, that's my cousin." So anyway, both of them are doing very well. People love Mexico. I'm going to backtrack a little bit here. We came out with a couple of videos this week. One video, I think it was really different, and I just walked down a street. It's just a regular street. The link is below. And it shows you regular Mexico. It doesn't show you the touristy Mexico. And I don't make announcement in it. I don't tell you what is what. But it's funny. I didn't think it would get any views, but it's gotten about 550 views in 17 hours. The other video that I put out this week was how to rank high on YouTube. I thought that would get a lot of views. That video has gotten less views than any of my other videos, period. It's gotten like almost 200 views. But I think Dr. John is having fun making videos. He'll have more fun if you guys subscribe to his stuff. I think my cousin Tulsi is having so much fun down here because she keeps herself busy. She doesn't watch any television. It's all about art, reading, photography, hiking, and more photography, and then computer art. She has some high-tech equipment to deal with her art, but it's like, if you move down here, it's like, well, what are you going to do when you get here? How can you enjoy yourself and be yourself when you get here? That's what it's all about. Let me take a peek over here and see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Okay, James Smith, can you give a COVID update? Thank you, James Smith, for that question. And before we answer that question, let's go to our weekly advertising of Doctor at Home. Doctor at Home, if you're in the Puerto Vallarta area, this is Teresa's son-in-law. Yeah, he's married to Teresa's daughter. And he's a doctor in Puerto Vallarta. He'll come to your house And his link is in the description below, and we'll bring that up towards the end of our broadcast. But COVID, we got our final shots last week. In Puerto Vallarta, it is mandatory that everyone wear a mask wherever they are. If you're in a restaurant, if you're on the street, if you're on the beach, you have to wear a mask. I don't know what's going on if you don't wear a mask. The schools have opened here in Chapala. We saw like 1,000 high school students. We were walking through the park yesterday. We saw about 90 elementary Catholic school students in their little uniforms. We haven't seen that in a year and a half. As far as people getting sick, from what I understand in Guadalajara and Puerto Vallarta, the hospitals are full. So down here there is COVID. But and we just stay away from people. Lots of people wear masks. I'm going to say if you're walking down the street in Chapala or Ajijic, I'm going to say 75% of the people are wearing masks. When we went to get vaccinated, there were thousands of people in line to get their second vaccination shots. And these were all younger people. These were people, they looked like college students or high school students. So Mexico is fighting the COVID, but I don't hear about a lot of people dying. So we'll keep you tuned. I want to do an interview. Hopefully this week. I haven't asked him yet, but I want to do an interview with Aurelio, Dr. Jimenez, Doctor at Home. I want to do a live interview with him to talk about his business because all of his business is COVID. I'm hoping I can do that this week so that next week we can have a full blowout discussion on what is happening with COVID. Nash Mancino. Hello, Bill. Do you happen to know the citizen benefits when an American marries a Mexican citizen? Not sure how long the process is. I married Teresa. I don't know. I don't see any benefit. Well, I married her because okay, she's a really nice woman. I'm in love, all that kind of shit. But she should get some benefits. I'm older than her. I'm like 5 years older than her. So if I die, she should get my Social Security. As far as my benefits, I don't think I get any benefits. Not sure how long the process is. You need your birth certificate, your passport, proof of address. That's about it to get our. Oh, you need a blood test, but you can get it all done in a couple of weeks. It's not hard. Okay, Rob S. Hi, Bill. I agree. You so look forward to your Saturday. Oh, thank you. So I so look forward to your Saturday programming. The weather has finally broken. Palm Springs, California feels like the 70s. Okay. And by the way, here today, it's cloudy. And it's a little chilly. And this sweatshirt, okay, and it's about 65 degrees. Okay, now, Jack Webb, yes, you are part of my Saturday too. It used to be Fat Albert. Hey. Now it's Skinny Bill. Thank you so much, Jack. One gypsy traveler. Ha. Right, Jack. Jason Davies, Nicaragua. Life is better, brother. Okay. Very good. I've never been to Nicaragua. I would love to visit. I met some wonderful families from there, and they were wonderful people. I'm just too lazy to move again. One gypsy traveler, Bill, I was watching someone else's videos that lives in Chapala. He said that women shouldn't go out walking around alone. What are your thoughts about this? Is it safe for us singles or not? In Chapala, Ahihik, okay. At the top of my list for today was Thursday was Independence Day, September 16th. It's a huge holiday all over Mexico. All the schools are closed. The banks are closed. Nobody goes to work, not even only people at Walmart or 7-Eleven go to work. But my cousin, she wanted to go take pictures of the festivities in downtown Jalisco. So she went, she took pictures, walked around, everything. But when it got dark, when it started to get dark, she came home. I mean, that's just the way it is. I know, I want to say thousands of single women in Puerto Vallarta, Guadalajara, Chapala, Ahihik, and they are free. They walk around whenever they want to, but they're smart about it. It's just like the United States. And I've said this many times, I always watch my back. And I know hundreds of women in Chapala that get around by themselves. Teresa will walk into town to go shopping. I'm going to the market in downtown. She'll walk down there, walk back. I mean, she's 60 years old. She's been doing this all her life. So yeah, you can come down here. You can be single, do whatever you want, but don't go to bars and get all drunk so you can't walk. And then, that's when you have problems. That's when you have problems. Okay. Axel Foley. Bill, I really enjoy Bill the Geek show. I look forward every week to be a part of it. You provide valuable intel. Thank you. Love you and Teresa. Axel Foley. And I give my love right back to you and your movies. Frank, good morning from Phoenix. A beautiful morning, a cool 76 degrees. And I know you got to enjoy that because I've been to Phoenix when it's 117. Love that video. Thank you. Oh, Eric, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I was wondering how that was going to go. James Smith. The regular street video is great. Thank you, James Smith. I really didn't know how that was going to go. I really didn't. I love to travel. Hi, from New Hampshire, the Granite State. Yeah, that's where I went to college. And one thing I love about New Hampshire is their license plate. On every license plate in the state, it says live free or die. Ooh, that gives me the chills. That is just so cool. But love to travel. Very cool to have you in the house. MJC 427. Okay. Welcome, Frank. Bill, on your walking video the other day, are those streets one way? All the cars were facing one way. Thank you. Yes, Frank. That is a one-way street. But if you watch the video again, you'll see a few cars, like a couple of cars going the wrong way, okay? Driving in Mexico is really different, okay? Yeah, but that is a one-way street. Very observant, yes. Rob S., my channel is not for profit. I think people who are looking to monetize would find your techniques interesting. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, I enjoy earning money. I do enjoy earning money from YouTube. I'm retired, but this is a hobby, and I like buying new techie toys. I'm happy with my drone. I'm very happy with my drone, and I'm using my Canon M50 right here that is in front of me. But surprisingly, what I found out within the last couple of weeks is I've got an iPhone 8. And the only reason I was very happy with my Samsung Android, but when I got the drone, not all phones can talk to the drone. Like when I put my drone up in the air, you know, I can see with my iPhone, I can see what the drone sees. And then I can see stuff like its altitude, its XY direction. I can move the drone around, fly through the air. I can fly this drone like 1.5 miles away, but I need a certain kind of phone, and all Apple phones work with drones. But that's the only reason I have it. That's why I got a cheap iPhone 8. And I'd love to have the iPhone 13, but anyway, what I found out in the last couple of weeks is the video that I take with my iPhone 8 is of an excellent quality. When I was walking through Guadalajara, I had this thing called a gimbal. Hold on. This is my new gimbal. I can stick my iPhone 8 on it, and it doesn't go up and down like this. I'm learning better how to use it, but my old gimbal, I would use it with my Canon M50, and it was really heavy. The Canon, if you got your hand, you got your camera there with the gimbal, and it's really heavy, but so I started experimenting using the iPhone 8, and the image quality is fantastic. So now I'm just using Tracy uses the Canon M50 for her kitchen stuff, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, so I like making YouTube movies. So I mean, I got this microphone, and I mean, I got thousands of dollars. I got lighting all about here. So I use my YouTube money to put back into the YouTube business. It gives me something to do. I meet all you people, and you know, so whatever. Hey, why not? Why not? Okay, you don't hear about people dying because Mexico does not test. If they tested, you would have real stats. Rob, you are exactly right. Mexico does not test. They don't tell the public what's really going on with the COVID. Mexico is really screwed up on COVID. If you don't test, how do you know how many people are sick? They say that 50 million people have been vaccinated. Yeah, sure, right. Whatever. Linda, Bill, do you have a VPN? If so, which one? Thanks so much. Linda, no, I do not have a VPN. I used to have a VPN. And for those of you that don't know, a VPN, if I'm not mistaken, Linda, is that so you can kind of hide your location of where you are on your computer. Some streaming services like Hulu, some streaming services like, I haven't had a problem with Netflix, but you have to hide your location because a lot of videos you can't see because you're in Mexico. Whatever, so you have to hide your location. I don't use a VPN. I haven't had to use a VPN. I used to use a VPN about 8 years ago. I forget why. I think it's because I was trying to get in Hulu and I couldn't without a VPN. Axel Foley, Bill, do expat singles date primarily other expats or Mexicans? Okay, generally speaking, are Mexican women open to dating and marrying foreigners? Well, Axel, my wife is a Mexican, and that's a weird story, but we did a video on how we met, but we don't have any problems. She was very open to it. I dated a couple of Mexican nationals when I was living in Puerto Vallarta. Mexican women, I'm going to say Mexican women are very open. Mexican women are very open to dating foreigners. One of our neighbors, She is from Guadalajara. She married a guy from Great Britain. They have 2 kids, it's a beautiful family. They're very happy. And then I know a woman that I've been doing some videos with. I'm not going to say her name, but she's an American, and she dates Mexican men. So it's down here, the mixing up of cultures. I mean, this is the land of mestizos. That's what they call Mexico. The mestizo is the mixture of white people with black people, brown people with white people, brown people with black people. That's what mestizos is. Oh, now, but I tell you what, I haven't talked about Mexican racism down here, but there is Mexican racism down here, but it's not racism directed at like black people like me. They have a thing about dark complected Mexicans and really light complected Mexicans. So if you're driving around on the highways and you see the billboards, all of the billboards, the people in all of the ads they look like white people from the United States. Okay, all of them. If you watch the news, a news broadcast, all of the broadcasters look like white people from the United States. I mean, all the advertising everywhere in Mexico is all about really light complected white Mexicans. And Teresa, when she had her first child, Monica is not as dark as me. She's far from as dark as me. Who is she? What complexion does she have? She has the complexion of, I would say, that guy, maybe Willie Martin, the singer Martin. Ricky Martin. She has the complexion like Ricky Martin. Okay, so anyway, when Monica was born, this is what Teresa told me. She had Monica in her arms, and she gave Monica to her stepmother, and Monica had a little bit of a dark complexion, and the stepmother. No, it's not the stepmother. It was her mother-in-law. Her mother-in-law looked at Monica and was disgusted because her complexion was a little bit dark. And there are when you walk through anywhere in Mexico, there are darker people of my complexion and people much darker. And they're Mexico. They're the color of my iPhone. And if you go down to Veracruz in southern Mexico, you have a lot of very dark complected Mexicans. So, but you won't see them on TV. It's like the United States. You might see them playing sports or singing music, but you're not going to see them on a news broadcast or in advertising. So whatever. Let's see what's going on over here. We got a lot of stuff going on over here. Oh my, check out. I'm missing out. Oh my God, I missed a lot of stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. Okay. You get your Gringo card citizenship, then you are eligible for IMSS. Okay, but I think MJC is talking about the public hospitals, and I never want to go to a public hospital. Again, I went one time. I will never go again. I go to private hospitals. James Bond. This part of Mexico is pretty safe, but you have to use common sense since no place on earth is completely safe. And that's coming right from James Bond. Who else would know that? Okay, yeah, use your common sense. I mean, my hometown, that's where the show with Michael J. Fox And the family, they lived in Worthington, Ohio. Columbus, Ohio is supposed to be one of the best test markets. Like Wendy's started in Columbus, Ohio. So many White Castle started in Columbus, Ohio. Is supposed to be one of the safest cities in the world. But one year they had, it was called Murder City. People were killing each other like crazy. People get kidnapped and murdered in my hometown, Columbus, Ohio. You got to watch your back. Just like James Bond said, everywhere you go in the world. Frank, Bill, how many miles from your neighborhood to the mail on where you hailed the taxi the other day? Oh, you're funny, Frank. How many miles? It's about a mile, maybe a little less than a mile. Yeah, and that's a great walk. It's a great walk, great neighborhood, great people. Also, I have in my notes, I want to say a couple things. I have a couple of corrections to make. Last week, and I'm running against a mental wall here. Christine lives in Montana, and my cousin was living in Montana, and I told Christine when we were live that, yeah, my cousin, to take a step back, Christine was saying, hey, to get to a Mexican consulate in Montana, how did your cousin do that? And I could have sworn my cousin said, oh, well, she went to a Mexican consulate in Montana. And the story behind that is, before you get any type of visa, a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, or a permanent visa to come to Mexico, you have to visit a Mexican consulate. And this is somewhat new. I don't think it was like this 5 years ago. But anyway, and then you set an appointment with them, blah, blah, blah. Then you can come to Mexico and they give you your papers when you get here. But there is not a Mexican consulate in Montana. My cousin had to fly to Boise, Idaho to go to the Mexican consulate there. Now, along with that question, somebody asked, well, don't you have to have some type of visa, some type of Mexican visa before you can come get your permanent visa? And I don't know. And then somebody was kind of adamant about it. Like, oh, yeah, you have to have some kind of visa before you can get your permanent visa. So I talked to Tulsi yesterday, and here's how it really went down. She flew to Boise, Idaho, met with the Mexican consulate, and all of this went down in one day. She had a morning meeting, and she had all of her paperwork together, and then an afternoon meeting. And after they had the full day to review all of her paperwork, then what they did was they stamped her passport. And once they stamped her passport, that gave her 30 days to go to Mexico, meet with our attorneys here. And once she met with our attorneys here, Albero, and the link to him, his email is below in the description, then she got her permanent visa. But she did not, she'd never been to Mexico before. She got all of this done between Montana and Boise, Idaho. When she came here to Mexico, then she had to go to immigration, and they handed her her permanent visa. So that is everything that happened there. Okie dokie, let's see what else is going on up here. Frank. Phil L., good morning, Bill. Ola, Phil L., glad to have you in the house. MJC, Axel Foley, you should check out Jose Arta Travels. He moved to Merida from Florida and married a Mexican girl. He has a video where he talks about single life. Yeah, I was single for a long time. I had a good time. My brother is an Apple person. He would agree with you. Thank you very much, Rob. I like that gimbal. The gimbal is cool, and it's very light, and it only costs about $129. Brian from Winnipeg, in the house. Good morning, sir. Enjoy your show. Feb can't come soon enough and see the Lake Chapala. Come on down and visit us in Lake Chapala. We're waiting for you. David Dupree, Bill, something is on your lens. LOL. Whoa, really? Are you serious? Something's on my lens? Uh-oh, I have to... Okay, Teresa was using it to make a cooking video. I bet she got it dirty. All right, James Bond, Lake Chapala is a great place to live. Moved down here from Las Vegas 2 years ago and never looked back. I tell you what, somebody in Nebraska, Lisa from Nebraska, saw my ranking high on YouTube video this week. She contacted me, and her husband were thinking about moving to Mexico, and I talked to her for an hour about how to rank high on YouTube. I'm telling you, if you want to get monetized on YouTube, it's fun, and the link to the video is right below. But anyway, I tell you, I've been down here for 16 years, and let me apologize to everyone for not expressing my joy, the joy that I have of living in Mexico every day. Every day. It's like Bond, James Bond. We have two famous detectives in the house. We have Axel Foley, and then we have Bond, James Bond in the house. But it's like they said, it's like, I love it down here. And the weather's fabulous. The people are fabulous. Almost all the Mexican nationals I run into are extremely helpful and loving. It's safe. I've never felt like I was in a dangerous situation, though people get kidnapped, people get murdered. Okay. Now, here's a couple of exceptions. Teresa's daughter, Moni, her oldest daughter, is going through a very ugly divorce. She is like the perfect, intelligent person. She has college degree. She was with Honda for 15 years. She worked with the executives in Japan at Honda. She speaks fluent Japanese and Spanish and English, okay? And and now she has a consulting business, and they have a child. She's the most perfect woman you can run into, but her husband is like a stupid, lazy jerk. How did she ever hook up with him? But anyway, she had one attorney, and then she switched attorneys, and then I think she switched attorneys again, but one of the attorneys only did divorces, and now this guy is missing. He's just missing. One thing about Mexico is you really don't want to mess with people because you don't know who knows who. And people can make you disappear. I ran into a lady, and her husband was a policeman. This was like 10 years ago, and he came up missing. They never found him. So when you come down here, don't cause any problems. If somebody upsets you, just smile and walk away, because people do disappear. So whatever. All right, here we go. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Robs, I used to like Jose Ortega, but he ranks about politics, yet he takes Joe Biden's relief fund check. If he kept to walking videos, I would continue to watch, but he rants. I'll have to check that out. Okay, Enrique from Chicago, go Bears! Adios, amigo. Okay, Enrique, thank you so much. Go Bears. Are the Bears playing today, like about right now? Rob's, Jose married to avoid going back to the United States. He tells you the story how he was accosted by police in Texas, but he is a rebel and he jumped bail. Ooh, okay, whatever, Robs. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Okay, you guys can talk about that on your own now. Okay. Laughing out loud. Okie dokie. Rob's. I will check his channel out. Yeah, okay, we will check that out. Mexico has so much to offer. If you don't want to live by the ocean, there are mountain cities that stay cool in the summer and are beautiful. Ask Foley, Bill, what is the reception like for newcomers at Lake Chapala? It's cool. What is the reception like for newcomers at Lake Chapala? Everywhere I've gone in Mexico, people have been totally cool. People have helped me. People have helped me out so much. Families. And when my Spanish was really bad, I had to struggle. Like, how do you do this? Where do you go to get this? And where do you go? And people just grab you and take you to where you need to go and introduce you to people. It was like that in Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara and Chapala. But Mexican people, generally speaking, are super friendly and polite. Okay, another thing I wanted to say was Teresa's mom just sold her house. Her house is in a little community and with a bunch of little houses. So this house had like 2 bedrooms, very small house, needs a lot of repairs. And they just sold the house. I think they're going to close on it this weekend. They sold the house for $60,000. And I think that's overpriced. They should to sell it faster and more appropriately. That house should have sold for about $30,000, and she rented that house to single people and to families for like 10 years, and she was charging 3,000 pesos a month. Okay, 3,000 pesos. That's like $150. I mean, the location wasn't super great, but it's only like a half mile from a big giant grocery store and about a half mile from downtown Chapala. That was just another little tidbit I wanted to throw in. Okay, here we go. Da-da-da. Paul Lou, Bill. I saw a recent expat video where the expat said you should not walk alone around Chapala day or night. That's crap. That is super crap. Some people are just paranoid. My mother was paranoid. I loved my mother. My mother was the best woman that ever walked the planet. But she was paranoid. And when I was writing children's books, I presented in more than 600 elementary schools around the world. But like I was driving all over the United States in my Jeep Cherokee with all my computer equipment. And one day I'd be in California, the next day I'd be in North Carolina, another day I'd be in like Virginia, then I'd be in Washington, D.C. So I'm traveling. And one day my mother, we're talking on the phone, she says, well, when you're traveling, I hope you lock your doors. It's like, yeah, Mom, when I'm going down the freeway at 70 to 80 miles per hour, I want to make sure that my doors are locked. Okay? But some people think like that. Some people are so paranoid about life that they think that you should never leave the house ever. You should stay in your house, watch CNN all day, and hire somebody to go to the grocery store for you. So some people think like that. But I've been in Mexico and I have lived free for 16 years. I do watch my back. But whoever you're talking to about walking around Chapala day or night, don't do it. They're full of beep, 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 beep. Enough said. Okay, now here we go. Okay, Robs. We love Mexico, all of Mexico. You are in a good area. No hurricanes, Bill. Pifi and Merida have hurricanes. Yeah. And I tell you, man, when Hurricane Patricia was coming to Vallarta, that was scary. It was headed for Puerto Vallarta at 275 miles an hour. They said if there was a Category 6 hurricane, that was a Category 6 hurricane. And me and my landlord, we decided to stay. We weren't leaving. And I was trying to figure out what part of the bathroom I was going to sleep in. All the food was going out of Walmart. We were scared to death. And then that hurricane just stopped. It just totally dissipated. But that hurricane stuff, I mean, I'm from Ohio. I have seen tornadoes fly over our house. I remember in Ohio, a tornado touched down on a bank and there was money all around for miles and miles and miles. That's kind of funny, but I don't play with that. Okay, now here we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm backing up here. I'm backing up. Oh, okay, Paulu, about the reception of newcomers, do other expats welcome new expats? Yeah, people are generally friendly. Americans are weird, okay? I guess all people of all cultures are, all cultures, all people, we're all the same. Doesn't matter what color you are, what culture you are. But nobody has like turned me away, and all the people I've met have been friendly. That's all. But I just meet friendly people, so I don't have a problem. I've never had a problem with people. Whatever. Yeah, it's cool down here. You can come down here, meet people, change your life, have a good time. Dr. John, Crapo Productions. When I attended the UAG, I think the University of Guadalajara, the key to survival was to remain anonymous at the autonomous. In other words, keep a low profile. Keep a low profile. That is very important. And I've been here 16 years. I'm just now learning that. It's just like leave people alone. That's it. Leave people alone. Keep your mouth kind of shut. Don't talk about too much stuff with strangers or even family members. Don't talk about controversial stuff. I'm not talking any kind of politics stuff. What I said about skin color in Mexico, I've never talked to any Mexican nationals about that. I don't talk to Mexican nationals about politics. I don't talk to Mexican nationals about narcos, except for Teresa's family. Okay, but yeah, come down, just keep a low profile and leave everybody alone. Eric Drews, Axel Foley, I've been here for a few weeks. You'll be welcomed. The people are very friendly. The people are very friendly here. MJC, Santiago de is where I am looking into. Yeah, all of Mexico is beautiful. Go where you will. Frank says, Bill, to people kayak or canoe on the lake for recreation sports? We have not seen YouTube videos of kayak or canoes on the lake. Thank you. Yeah, Frank, the architect that built our house lives in our community with his mom and dad, and he kayaks regularly. He makes videos he fishes. He fishes while he's in his kayak, and he takes videos as he's doing this. And I have to find his video. I've got it in my iPhone, but he doesn't. He just fishes for the sport. You can catch a lot of fish in Lake Chapala, but and they're big giant fish. Too bad the lake is so polluted that you can't eat them. So he catches them, and in the videos, he catches a fish, and for some reason he looks in their mouth really good, and then he throws them back in the lake. That's he has a kayak, and he loves it. That's what he does for fun every Saturday morning. Now we have another neighbor, Felipe, who lives 3 houses down. He has one of those boats. It's kind of a nice boat. I don't know what you call those boats, but it has a motor on it, and it's about as big as a Cadillac, an old Cadillac, so it's really big. And the kayak guy, his name is Jonathan, so many Saturdays, Jonathan and Felipe will get in Felipe's motorboat. They go down to the lake. It's only like, a half mile from the lake, put the boat in the lake, and they go out in the lake and they fish for like 3 or 4 hours. They don't keep any of the fish. They just do it for sport. So yeah, people kayak in the lake. People cruise around in their motorboats in the lake. And occasionally you'll see groups of sailboats in the lake. Sometimes you'll go down to the lake, you look out, there's like 20 sailboats in there. It's like a party. Okay, let's see what's going on now. Okay, Robs, I think it's fairly safe in Chapala. Just don't swim in the lake. Run off from the farms. Pesticides have poisoned the water. Yeah, don't drink the water, don't eat the fish, don't swim in the lake. Paul Lou, you're the best. Thank you, Paul Lou. I really enjoy your insights and your honesty. Thank you very much, Paul Lou. James Bond. When I first moved down here 2 years ago, I saw little old ladies walking down the street at 1 a.m. in the morning. If it's safe for little old expats, it's pretty safe. James Bond, that is a super excellent point. When I was in Vallarta, I saw the same thing, but I lived in a Mexican national community, and I would see old ladies walking around by themselves in the street at 3 o'clock in the morning. And these are like old ladies, real frail, with clothing that didn't come from Nordstrom's, okay? And like they'd go out to the little tiendas, the little stores, get some milk and some tortillas, and with no problems. Also, I remember in Puerto Vallarta, I see little kids, like little 4-year-old girls walking around in the middle of the night, going to the little tienda down the street or 2 blocks away, just to get some milk and some tortillas because their parents told them to, and with no problems. And it was like, wow, this must be safe. So yeah. Now, the flip side of that story is in Guadalajara recently, teenage girls have been coming up missing. Like people are snatching them, and so it happens. It does happen, and you have to remember that right now on the planet Earth, there are 80 million people that are in slavery, working on mercenary boats, forced labor on farms. And look it up on Google, do a search and then read the literature. But there are 80 million people on the planet that have been kidnapped and that are working as slaves against their will. So anyway, 2 sides to the coin. Okay, let's see what's going on. Let me back up here. Okie dokie. One Gypsy Traveler. Thank you, James. Axel Foley, Eric Drews. Good to know. That was my concern. Yo, Jack. D. Harris in the house. Hey, help. Hell, PV needs masks. There are too many travelers there. Yeah. And the funny thing is, we wear masks. We were in the park, and we saw like 5 Americans walking through the park. None of them had masks. It's like, what are you doing? No, none of them had masks. They were all adults. Whatever. Okay, D. Harris. Rob, I would have those fish tested for mercury. Okay. Oh yeah, that's okay. Jack Webb, where'd that message go? Jack Webb, we should figure out a way to meet up or chat on the phone. I think I'm about 2 hours from you. Cool. And Jackson, One Gypsy Traveler, where are you? I think Jack Webb is in Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah, you guys share emails. Go ahead. Patone Boats, okay. Monty Legre. Is there an expat cemetery in Lakeside, Chapala? Monty, an expat cemetery? I've never heard of that. That's a mystifying question. It's like, do we need segregation because of nationality if you die? I've never heard of that anywhere. Germany, United States, I don't know a lot, but you could start one. You could start a cemetery just for Americans in Mexico. I'm sure you could get some customers for that. Anyway, Axel Foley, Bill, what's the deal with toilet paper? I heard you cannot flush it in toilets. Is this so, Axel Foley? It depends on where you live in Mexico. I have flushed my toilet 6 times with toilet paper this morning because I've been eating Teresa's food all weekend. Just hit me this morning, okay? But we use Costco toilet paper freely, and we flush our toilet many times a day. And I've been flushing the toilet in Mexico all through Puerto Vallarta, Guadalajara, as well as Chapala and Ajijic. Now, we talked about this last week, but there are some towns or cities or parts of cities in Mexico where the pipes are not wide enough or were not developed good enough so that paper doesn't go down. But it depends on where you live. I have never been anywhere in Mexico where I can't flush my Costco giant-sized thick toilet paper. Okay, now here we go. Jack Webb, okay. Love to travel. Where'd you go? Love to travel. Where did you go? Oh, here we go. I've been watching a Mexican show on TV, El Gordo y la Flaca. They are white. Yes, most of the people I see on Mexican TV are very light-skinned. Yes, that's really screwed up. It's so screwed up because there are so many dark-complected people darker than me, and they're beautiful, but they can't get a job on television. Jack Webb, how do I do that? Okay. Rob's, well, old ladies have to have something to do. Oh, okay. Jack Webb, I commute between Lexington and East Kentucky for work. I'm in Lexington every other week. You're in Adair County. Okay. Yes. Frank, since you have been living in Chapala for 3 years, has your neighborhood been flooded during heavy rain season? How about the rest of Chapala, Ajijic areas? Our community is very fortunate because we're on the entire community, and the community it's got to be about 30 acres of land, but it's built on a slight slant. So the water gently goes down to the lake. But 2 years ago, and we've had a fair amount of rain here in this raining season, but 2 years ago, there was a lot of rain, and the lake was at the top of the Malecon. Right now, if you go down to the Malecon, and that's the walkway along the lake, it's like the entertainment center, I'll call it the boardwalk. Right now, the water is about 10 to 12 feet below, because we had a very dry period. But when 2 years ago, the lake was right up to the top of the Malecon, which was very rare. And when we would do our walk in the mornings, there were cow fields and housing situations where the cows couldn't get to the grass because it was all covered by water. And people that lived along the lake, their houses were like 2 feet deep in water. But our community has never been affected by too much rain. Okay, there you go. Okay. James Bond. This is why it is important for folks to travel the world and see for themselves instead of relying on media and disgruntled visitors from your opinion. Yeah, James Bond. James Bond. Yeah, I mean, people are so funny. People are so funny about what they make up to believe, and none of it's true. But they just stay in their little cans and don't leave the room. It's safer that way. D. Harris. Hey, James, most don't realize just how treacherous it is to live in the USA, movies, and the news. Oh, yeah, man, that's crazy. Okay, I want to check my notes here. Make sure that I'm covering what I wanted to cover. Oh, okay, you guys. Let me check out the list here a bit more. Okay. D. Harris, as crime infested and poor, exactly the opposite of what's real. But hey, they make big money from demonizing any other way of living. Pure propaganda to keep American money in America. I think D. Harris has a point. I mean, if everybody on Social Security, retirement money, if everybody knew how friendly and cheap Mexico was, and if all those people moved to Mexico, United States would be in a bad way. If all the younger people in their 30s with college degrees, auto mechanics, knew that they could come down here and make money and live in warm weather all year around with nice, friendly people, there would be a huge exodus from the United States. So I think it's in the best interest of the United States to just have that perspective, like Mexicans are bad people and there's a lot of crime down there with a lot of drugs, and if you go down there, you're going to die. Okay. I mean, that's a smart perspective to have in the United States for business and the government. So whatever, I'm going to leave that alone. I don't want to get political. All right. Axle 4, it depends on where you live, and older sections, the pipes. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Exactly. Oh, Frank, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for that $4. Thank you very much. Thank you, Frank. Some older hotels, buildings in San Miguel, they cannot flush. Okay. What types of crimes are prevalent in Lake Chapala? I'm going to say there are no prevalent crimes in Lake Chapala. Okay. We've been here for 3 years. One restaurant owner got murdered outside of his place at 7:30 in the morning. One time I heard gunshots at 2:00 in the morning. It's like bam, 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 bam. And I just went back to sleep because there's never gunshots down here. Then we went to walk and we're walking. I'm walking our regular walk. It's like a quarter mile from the house and we're walking up and there's a bunch of police up there and they say, you can't go this way. You can't go this way. And so then Teresa's in this network. She finds out everything that happens, okay? And so what happened was these 4 young guys were trying to buy some drugs right in front of the cemetery. And the drug dealers didn't like the way that the buyers approached them. So they killed them all and left them in the street, and then they built some little things and put candles there. But other than that, there is no regular crime. Now, I'm going to say throughout Mexico, there is theft, just like there is theft in the United States. That's why everybody has locks on their doors in the United States. I remember my sister, she lived in Manhattan for 10 years. In her apartment in Manhattan, she had like 5 locks on the doors. 5 locks. And, so here in Mexico, people have locks on their doors. They make their houses look ugly on the front, but they're very beautiful inside. So there will be theft if you don't lock up your stuff. But there is no prevalent crime in Chapala. I mean, every day people walk around here free. I mean, there's occasional, theft, but it's not prevalent. There is no prevalent crime down here. Okay. D. Harris, I live in an RV and solids never go in my backyard tank. I use toilet liner and store them in a sealable container. Very good. Robs, I agree. People on Social Security don't have a clue how much further their dollar could go in Mexico or Malaysia. It's amazing, yeah. Okay, Bond, MJC, Bond, James Bond. I am not perfect, but I try to cut down my impact on this planet. I switched to a Brita water pitcher instead of using plastic water bottles. Yeah, we do need to take care of the planet. We do need to take care of the planet. Thank you, MJC. That's a very good point. On Social, D. Harris says, on Social Security, you will never be above water and have to live like garbage in the U.S. Yeah, but I run into a lot of wealthy people down here. There are a lot of the Americans I meet down here are doing very well down here with their Social Security. Because Social Security, I mean, if you're getting $2,000 a month in Social Security and you live in Mexico, that's a lot of money. I ran into one guy, I'm not going to say his name, but he's retired from the military and he gets Social Security too. So he's bringing in like $4,000, $4,500 a month. I told him that's too much money to have in Mexico, but I can't afford to live. I can't afford to live the way I live now in the United States. I live in a brand new house. I got all this computer equipment. We got our electric bill for the month. It was $11 for last month. I mean, Mexico is so cheap, but in the United States, I can't live like all my stuff is brand new. I got state of the art everything. Oh my God. Okay. I got to tell you this. My dad died and my sister bought a condo in Marina del Rey, which is right outside of Los Angeles. And it's like a 1-bedroom condo. And she bought that for $500,000. Okay. And she has a job she hates, working for the government. And so she's going to retire when she turns to be 70, but she's had a job like 20 years. And she hates her job, whatever. I mean, you want to live like that. And she says, you should move to California and buy in the place where I have my condo. And I'm thinking, are you deep crazy? What? I'm going to have like a $3,500 mortgage payment with, credit card debt and this debt and that debt. And all of a sudden I need like $7,000 a month to live. That's just hilarious. Okay. So then I'm going to have to work like 3 jobs in LA that I don't like. I'm going to have all kinds of pressure so I can pay $7,000 a month so I can have my little $500,000 condo. People are crazy, man. I live in Mexico. I can afford to live in Mexico. I can afford to live. That's why I make these YouTube movies. I make these YouTube movies so I can make a little extra cash and have some fun with all my techie toys. I don't need $7,000 a month to live. That's sick. That's really sick. And I do this occasionally, but I encourage younger people. I encourage younger people to move down here and start online businesses. Come down here when you're like 30, develop some skills. If you're a psychiatrist, some type of like attorney specializing in this, or you can, on YouTube, you could do books. I have 300 books on Amazon, but Amazon, the search engine optimization for selling books in Amazon, I'm just going to say it's screwed up. They use, I guess they call it the Dewey's Decimal System, and they don't even tell you all the categories that they have that you can put books into. You have to buy that information from other people, which I did, which really helped me out. But with YouTube, there are people on YouTube making a lot of money. Like you could do, like if you want to do a romance series, you could do that on YouTube, and your search engine optimization would be a lot less difficult, and I think the money would be better. Or whatever business you want to start, come on down to Mexico. Live cheaper, work online, enjoy life. But yeah, come on down here and do the online business thing. Whatever, I'm sorry I went down that road. No, there you go. Rob's in Bangkok. Let's see what's going on now. Okay. What's going on? What did I miss? Oh, here we go. Wow, I missed a lot, didn't I? You guys were over here rapping. Rob's rumor. I heard the neighbor dog steals the neighbor lady's clothes as most. That's funny. As most prevalent crimes. That's funny. David Dupree. I went through Hurricane Wilma in 2005. I rode out Wilma in Playa del Carmen. It was incredibly intense. I'm sure that nature stuff, man, don't mess with it. MJC, I agree with you and share similar beliefs with regard sustainability. Rob's, we had a maid. Oh, we had a maid. She was a thief. So all those locks don't do anything. That's funny. Yeah. Okay, D. Harris. There are the usual old folks scams getting pulled on the retired expats too. Yeah, well, whatever. Scams. Thanks, CCP. What's going on over here? Okay. In Bangkok, you can rent in a high-rise apartment for $500 per month, brand new. Yeah, there are some big bargains going on all over the world. Savvy, I'm making my U.S. to Mexico ASAP. Yes, Savvy, come on. I mean, I love it down here. I can't say it enough. Everything is so cheap. You can find a really nice place, very inexpensive. And if you can work online, I mean, like I taught 4 classes this week. I charged $45 an hour. So each class was 2 hours. That's like $360. Maybe I did the math wrong, but if you can charge $45 an hour, maybe you can charge $100 an hour for your service. Maybe charge $50, maybe charge $35 an hour. That money's in your bank account. One time I made the mistake. I knew a restaurant owner in Puerto Vallarta, and he was really struggling with his business because he didn't have any customers. He was talking about my business, and I said, oh, well, I teach this, I teach that, I consult with this, and that. And he says, well, how much do you charge for that? And I said, like $45 an hour. And he about crapped his pants. He couldn't believe it. I mean, the laborers, there are about 10 houses being built in the community, and these guys work like 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, and these guys make like $15 a day. They work 10 hours for like $15 to $20. I mean, so, and Mexico has to build an economy so that these guys can feed their families and give them places to stay. So all the 7-Elevens, the price of beer, the price of hamburgers, the price of fruits and vegetables, Mexico has to accommodate the average per capita income of $9,000 a year, and that's per capita income. And you might have a family that has 3 or 4 kids. And like the security guards here make about like $250 a month. How much money is that? $250 a month? That's like $3,000 to $4,000 a year. And I know two of the security guards have 3 kids. How do you live on that? I'm telling you, man, you come down here, you work online, you do consulting, you charge $35, $45 an hour in the United States, and you can live really good. Okay, now, Bon, I live on $6K per month with plenty left over to save. James Bond, you live on $6K per month. You can't, unless you're addicted to heroin. I mean, $6K per month is like, boo, that's way too much money for Mexico. That is so funny. Oh my God. Okay, let's see what else is happening here. Not saying this to show off, but why throw my money away trying to live like the Joneses in the U.S.? Exactly. D. Harris, $6,000 a month, you may as well be a gazillionaire. Yeah, but a dummy in the United States with $6,000 a month, that money's going right down the toilet. That's what's happening to a whole bunch of people that I know, just living like the Joneses, whatever. Moving to Mexico was just common sense to me, says James Bond. Robs, now I could write romance. Definitely. Now I could write romance. You can write romance. I've had 2 bestsellers on Amazon, and romance is not at all hard to write. And for your inspiration, all you have to do is just watch some television and look at all the garbage that you see on television. I mean, there's a lot of garbage. Look at some of the movies these people spend millions of dollars to make, and in my opinion, like, they're garbage. So if you know what a good story is, it's not hard to write a story. But if I were going to do it again, and I was going to do romance, I haven't written a book for Amazon in about 3 years. But if I was going to do romance again, I would put it on YouTube and narrate it. And I think I could go a lot further like that. But yeah. Also, when it comes to writing books for Amazon, some people think that, if I'm going to write a book, it's got to be like a 300-page, 400-page novel. Okay, I mean, that might take you a year to get that done. But many of the books that sell well on Amazon are 10,000 to 15,000 words. And let me think about that. I haven't done it for a while, but almost all of my books were 15,000 words, which comes out to 50 or 60 pages. So I can write about 3,000 words a day. So 3,000 words a day is like 15,000 words a week. So hypothetically, I could crank out 4 books a month, which I did for a while. But then you work a week to write a 15,000 word book, and then you can charge like $2.99 for a book. But also Amazon pays for page reads also. So if you have the time to just sit down and write 3,000 words a day, you can do a book a week. The thing is finding the niche that you can sell in, whatever. But I still make money. I get a check from Amazon every month, and I haven't written a book in 3 years. I like that. Okay, here we go. Let's see what else is up here. Yeah, okay. James Bond. Where did that go? I'm missing. I scrolled down too far. Wow. I missed a whole bunch of stuff. Bill, I want to do some recon. Okay, I think I missed a whole. Here we go. James Bond. I'm only 50. Wow, good for you, Bond. You're a youngster, dude. I'm 65. I can't. Right on 50, you go, dude. James Bond, I agree. I am not as well set as my sister and her husband, but they could sell their place in Naples and live like kings in Mexico and save money. So true. D. Harris, I'm coming back because I'll need long-term care shortly, and I don't want to be treated like garbage. Okay, good point. Axel Foley, Bill, I want to do some recon in Lake Chapala next year. Where do I start? How long do I stay for my first visit? Give me the intel, brother. Okay. Axel, it depends on how much time can you afford for recon. For me, I did my recon when I was in the United States. I did all my recon through the internet. I would find people on Facebook. I would find people with websites that lived in Puerto Vallarta because that's where I wanted to live. I called these people up. I talked to them. I asked them about rental rates. What do you get for this and that? What's internet speed like? When I hit Mexico the next day, I was teaching classes and making $35 or $45 an hour. The day after I got off the plane, I had an apartment. Now, the other side of that is, okay, for recon, well, are you going to be working when you're down here, or do you already have a monthly income? If you already have a monthly income, I would say come down here, find a place where you can stay for 6 months minimum. And you might pay a lot for that. And then get around, join some Facebook groups, walk around the neighborhood, meet some people, and grab information, see what is for rent, walk around, travel around, see where you want to live. I think that 6 months, I think you can get a good idea in 6 months of where you want to live. If you have a year, I'd give it a year. Some people come down here, they just buy a house. They've never been to Mexico, but first thing they do is buy a house. Why you want to do that? If I wasn't with Teresa wanted to buy a house. She owned a home in Guadalajara for 30 years. She wanted to buy a house in Chapala. Okay. I didn't want a house. I'd rather just rent so I can leave anytime and be anywhere in the world tomorrow. But anyway, I'd come down here for a year. If you have a year, and just look around, and I would visit many different places in Mexico. Even if for 1 year, let's say you're going to pay $800 a month for 1 year. That's high. That's kind of high. But that will give you 1 year to figure out where exactly you want to live and how to get a good price. After you're down here a year, you should be able to find a good place that will cost you maybe $500, $550 a month, in a place that you want to live, in a nice, secure place that's fully furnished. So I'm saying come down for 6 months minimum to a year. Travel your ass off. Get on a bus and go here, go there, join Facebook groups, talk to other expats. And 6 months to a year of a lot of travel, a lot of meeting people. That is my suggestion. Okay, now. Okay. Crapo. Okay. MJC 427 Brita type filters are designed to take out waterborne contaminants such as chemicals, but not parasites, which is what you need in Mexico. That's Dr. John. He's a doctor, like he's a real MD. He always comes through with the best intense information. Thank you, Dr. John. Okay, D. Harris, a good hotel is Hotel Candelijas. I probably misspelled. Okay, very good. There's always a scammer, Robs. Okay, Dr. John, I was speaking of here in the U.S. I would use the water additive along with filter, or just reuse the big water jugs. Okay, reuse the big water jugs. Okay, D. Harris, when I was there in 2017, I paid $100 per month for room number 1. It was really nice. Que bueno. Eric Drews, press that like button. Yeah, you guys, thank you Eric Drews, thank you very much. YouTube likes the like button. So click the like button. It helps my rankings go up, and it makes then more people watch the video. It's very good. Thank you very much, Eric Drews. James Bond, the name of the game, save, and live good in the process. Save is such a good idea. And live good in the process, and budget. Axel Foley, you say the rent is cheap. Can you get 1-bedroom apartment at Lake Chapala for $500 or less in great condition? Yeah, you're going to have to look around for it. I mean, my cousin's paying $650 a month, 3 bedrooms, fully furnished. $650 a month is not that far from $500 a month. It's in the middle of Ajijic, fully furnished with really nice furniture. I mean, what more can you want? $650, $500, you're going to have to look. There are some people paying $300 a month for rent. If you look around, you can find the deals. $500, you can do it. You're gonna have to really look. It's like Teresa's house. Now, I wouldn't live in Teresa. No, it's like Teresa's mother's house that she was renting for 3,000 pesos a month. It's like $150 a month. So if you had some money, all you have to do is go in there and put in a new refrigerator and some nice furniture, and for one person, it would be very nice. And then you would be paying somebody like her like 3,000 pesos a month. And you have to think about Mexican rentals a lot. Not all Mexican nationals can own property. They have to rent. And they have to rent to people that earn $9,000 a year. That's the average per capita income. So there are a lot of places in all of Mexico that are renting somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 pesos a month, which is like $100 to $150 a month. So the places are out there, but to get a nice place you want to live in, you're going to pay around, I think, $600 a month or more. Bond. Why struggle in the U.S. and Canada if there are other options? Yeah, right. Okay, D. Harris, you feel like I do. JB and you are a good age for it. Robs, the average monthly wage in Ecuador is $400 per month. Roof bill. Oh. Bond, Axel, Hotepec is where you look for affordable housing. I lived there prior to moving to Ajijic. Yeah, if you really want to get good prices, don't go to Ajijic unless you can afford Ajijic. You've seen some of the videos that I do in Ajijic. These people are selling 3-bedroom houses for $330,000. That's San Francisco money. Yeah, it's crazy. I know a person who paid $800,000 for a house in Ajijic. If you had spent that money in Jocotepec, you could buy a 50-acre ranch with a 10-bedroom house, and you only pay maybe $100,000. Whatever. So the further you can get away from Chapala, Ajijic, the less you're going to pay for a wonderful place where the rent is fabulous. Don't come to Ajijic unless you just want to be around a bunch of American Canadians. There are people like that. There are people here that don't like Mexican nationals. They don't want to see them. They don't want to talk to them. I've talked to these people one-on-one. They say, I don't like Mexicans. What the hell are you doing living in Mexico? It's like a sickness. But if you're one of those people that just want to talk to Americans and Canadians all the time, okay. You can live in Ajijic. Whatever. Not all people in Ajijic are like that, but some of them are like that. So, but the further you can get away from there and the less Americans and Canadians you want to see, the less money you will pay for rent. And the more Spanish that you speak, the less money you will pay for rent. Okay, now here we go. Oh, I need some water. Woo! Oh, thank you, folks. Thanks for coming. I'm glad we got the sound going here. That was good. Water is good. Okay, we have a lot of good points going on here. Eric Drews is talking. Okay. You can get a little 2-bedroom furnished apartment in Ribas del Pilar, $500 with weekly maid service. You pay another $40 for electric and propane. Frank, how would we know the bottled water did not use from contaminate? Yeah, you don't know. Okay, all right. You guys are bringing up some excellent points here. If you are interested in moving to Chapala, Ajijic, rent an Airbnb for a couple of weeks. They are not very expensive, and that is so true. Eric Drews, Axel Foley, I'm moving into a beautiful furnished 4-bedroom, 2-bath house in a very nice gated community, pool for $650 a month in San Antonio. And San Antonio, you may as well say Chapala or Ajijic, but San Antonio is it's just a teeny tiny town between Chapala and Ajijic. It's like a 3-mile drive to Chapala or a 3-mile drive to Ajijic. That's where San Antonio is located. Okay, in Ecuador, to be covered there is a 2-year waiting period, but they will cover pre-existing conditions thereafter. David Dupree, are prices elevated for expats because they're expats? Yes, David Dupree. They call them gringo prices. That's so funny, man. Yeah, if you can move to Mexico, you have to learn about gringo prices. They have these markets, and I did a video. I've done videos on these things called tianguis, and a tianguis are like these outdoor markets where you can buy everything. Like I bought this hoodie at a tianguis for like $4. I mean, it's really good materials. I got sweatpants on. They cost me like $2 at the tianguis. We buy all our fruits and vegetables there. But I tell you what, they have a tianguis here in Chapala, and that's where all the Mexican nationals go to buy, fish, chicken, fruits, vegetables, clothing. I mean, you'll find tables with clothing, and you can get, and the sign will say, okay, it's like 5 pesos for one thing. So you can get 5 shirts for like, 25 cents. Crazy like that. Okay, now that is the Mexican national tianguis. But they have a tianguis in Ajijic, and there they charge gringo prices. This thing, I bought this thing for $3 or $4 in Chapala at the tianguis. In Ajijic, this would sell for like $15 to $20. They know it's called gringo prices. Another thing you want to do when you come down here is you want to get a Mexican lawyer. So that they can go, so that once you find an apartment that you think you want that has a good price, so you can send a Mexican national over to talk to the people, and you'll save money like that. Because if you're a Caucasian or a gringo, I'm a gringo, when they get the whiff, your prices are going to double. Yes, it's called gringo prices. Okay, you guys. Wow. We've been at it here for 2 hours. I want to thank everybody. For showing up and for all of your comments. We'll be coming back. Thank God we got the sound working. I don't know what happened, but we'll be back next week, same time, same place. I'm doing a video with Katie Ibarra this week. I have a couple of interviews. I think we're going to do an in-depth COVID interview this week and more than that. So I'm going to sign off. Thank you, everyone, for for coming. Love everybody. It was Independence Day here. It's September. Enjoy the warm weather for those of you in the Northeast. And I will see you next week. This is Bill the Geek signing off. Thank you all. Adios. Adios. See you next week. Adios. Ah.